You are above somebody, But with a manly sense, sometimes we also have the sense that there is somebody above you. But it is not always the case. It is always the case. Sometimes we feel that there is nothing above us, especially somebody who is an atheist who doesn't think that there is something above him. Strongly hold on to the idea and place himself in the state of being God in so many ways. And we sometimes made ourselves God and not even know that is what we have made ourselves. And in fact, the Bible wasn't suggesting that it is wrong or it is not right. We feel that way, and in some way we are gods. We have the abilities of God. We act in that same way. Even ants, have the abilities of creation. They create things. Animal, any living thing have got that, ability to recreate or procreate. Procreation not necessarily being by in a way, yeah, but it is more of creation. Ants creates ant hill. The ant hill where they will, sleep or they will rest and produce whatever it is. The bees creates honey bee where they create their honey and all that. The animals, they have their nest. The birds, their nest. So human beings create houses. We have that creation ability somehow. It's only God's living things that have that reference of being seen as God. Even as a man, if you call upon God, you are trying to call upon a living God. If God is not a living God, if your God that you pray, whether you put a carved image there and you worship, you expect that carved image to speak or to do something for you, to act like a living being. You expect it to sort of somebody that whatever you worship to act, act like a human being, or act in a way that you can have response to whatever your demands are. And it's only living things that you make demands from. If even man-made things, the machines and the cars, you use it to get, you're getting something out of what you have created. Because if you invent something and you're not getting it out of it, what's the point of it then? So in the same manner that you've made something made you, whatever made you wants something from you. It's the same way you're thinking of God, in the same way that God also made you for that purpose, and you also think of God in the same way that He's a living being. And if you assume or think of Him as a living being, then you somehow need something from Him, or His abilities can bring something to you. Just as your abilities can bring something to somebody, some other person. So basically the whole idea is living things, or things that have got the ability to respond to a need at that instant, is being seen as what? God. So in so many ways, you can be seen as God. I can be seen as God. So many people can be seen as God. We know there are gods. We know they are divine gods. But we talk of the source of gods. Because whatever it is that you are, if you know you've come from somewhere, you know you've got your limitations, you know there is an end to it. So definitely you will then have to live to accept the fact that yes, there is a source by which you came from. But when we talk of the ultimate God, we talk of the very beginning of which things started, where there was no other beginning except that. That is where God is. God is the very engine of which nothing else is above it or beneath it. We are involved in His glory. We are there. It's like it never came from somewhere, neither is it going anywhere. It's there forever. God is there forever. He lives forever. And that is what we even seek eternal life is about. That we will also live forever. Because as long as we live forever, we are in God. That's why the human race cannot necessarily be eradicated. Because it's essential that everything live. Now people even have taken upon themselves to do everything to preserve things. Animals have been preserved, zoos and all that, because the more things we're losing things, the more the world or the universe begin to fall apart. You don't know what the snare or let's say that thing you are destroying is important to life. You don't know how that thing is very important to life. Trees, people were cutting trees and destroying trees, and fire were destroying trees as times goes on. Now people began to realize that there has to be some preservation, because it became necessary. People realized that scientific, thanks to knowledge and all that, realized that we do exchange the gases with the tree. So the trees, if the trees go, we go too. So if you destroy horses, if the horses go, you go too. So it is necessary to preserve things and to look into all those things. And I have stressed on all these things of the God nature of we being God and all that. And I would like you to sort of, think about these things and don't just jump to conclusions about my comments and how I go about it. I'm a very lovely person. I have no harbor any evil inside me, and I don't think you should also. Stay as a friend. I stay as a friend. I have no religious limitations that prevents me from any friendship or any kind. If you have yours, that's what the video is about, to caution you and tell you that, guys, it's so unnecessary. Because your religion, because of your religion, I'm trying to tell you that it is your religion that is making you look different, that is making you not a brother or a sister. It is your religion that is making you not a friend with me. It is your religion that is not making you able to associate with me. It is your religion that is making you distance away from me. It's your religion that is making you unable to socialize with me or relate to me, whichever way. It is your religion, it's your culture that is turning away. Whether it's American culture, whether it's a Brazilian culture, whether it's an African culture, whether it's an Asian culture or religion, whether it is Arabian culture or religion, whether it's a Jewish culture or religion, that is the only thing that is making you not being sociable with me. So if that isn't there, if you listen to videos and you get that thing cleared out, you will see how easy we can be friends. You can see how easy, because it will be so easy. You wouldn't even think of how it became. I don't have any means of limiting myself, because I haven't got any religious convictions, nor do I have anything that limits me in that sense. But I do have moral grounds of which I base my life on. And some of it is, as I've said, I love those who love me and those who love me back. It's simple, because I know and I accept the fact that the world is as it is. This approach cannot make, change the blue in a second. All of a sudden, and then thinking that all is well, so I just go there and say, I'm sociable. I want to be socializing with everybody and all that. There are people who still hold on to things, and they will not do what they would not want to socialize with you. And their act or their response or their behavior or the gesture they may put forth may annoy me or make me feel very bad. And so to avoid that, I would distance myself, but not necessarily be isolated. So you may see me out there. Don't let my looks keep you in certain ways and feel that I'm resenting you or I'm not sociable. You may be wrong. Don't let my face be looked as if it's frowned towards you. No. I am bold to be that close, and I'm always closer than you think. Because from what I understand is what has given me the openness approach to life. And I want the same thing for everybody, because it's essential that we realize that we are all valuable to this universe, this magnificent universe that we live. And this also can help us realize where our source is, what our source is, who our source is. And if you and I want to rattle together, then we can really achieve this together. I need your cooperation just as you need my cooperation. I need your participation just as you need my participation. So if I participate, you participate. Even if I don't, try and participate. Through your effort, you are helping me to participate in yours too. We have to help each other. We all have our lives, but it's necessary to look into the right direction. Cheers. Let's keep on to the video and don't look back on the videos. Join in, be part of it.